Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to do a little get ready with me while I get ready for my day. And I'm just going to chat with you guys a little bit and just share some recent things that have happened and all of that with you guys. It feels so good to be back. I'm trying to use natural lighting today so that I could see if that's a little better. It is super sunny, super hot outside. But I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using some new products. They're not new products as far as to Ulta, Sephora, or any store. These are just new products to me. I like to go ahead and get started with my brows, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I am trying out this new Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I did buy it in the small size. I think it was like $25. It does say that it gives a velvety smooth balm of pressed silk that primes and makes makeup last longer while keeping it out of skin, helping to prevent clogged pores and breakouts. So on the smaller ones, I know I've seen on the bigger ones that they come with the little scoop to kind of scoop it out with. This one does not. So I'm just gonna gently dig my finger in there. I'm going to start with this little bit amount right here, and I'm just going to press it. It says on the box that you just need the tiniest amount. It says like a rice grain. So it does feel very silky. Very nice. And I have dry skin, so hopefully this works well on my dry skin. Just taking a little bit more for my forehead. Just like that. So I don't want this to be like turn into a super long video, but I did want to just talk to you guys about some recent changes I had. So that's a primer that I'm going to go ahead and use, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to my brows. I have this little guy right here. It's the IT Brow Power Universal Taupe. You guys have seen my eyebrow tutorial before. Nothing's changed. Except I try to go a little faster than I used to. This was one of the things that can take me a long time. Just follow the outline of my brows. Some parts I am missing. So, like I was saying, I have some recent changes. As you guys know, prior I was employed with Ulta Beauty. I started back there in November of 2018, and it was an awesome job. I really truly can say that I loved that job so much. So for me, it's kind of a bittersweet because I really enjoyed my job. I just really overall really loved working there. But it really did start to cut into my personal life as far as like with my family. My husband, when I say my family, like my husband, my kids. You know, when I first started initially, it was so that I can be part-time and work maybe 25 or less hours a week, just to have a little bit extra cash, just to be away from, you know, the house for a little bit. So that's pretty much what I do with my brows. So it turned into me working, you know, when you start a new job and you enjoy it. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I started to just like, when people would call in and not show up or whatever, I would basically cover their shifts, and I would volunteer or they would ask me, I think because they knew that I would help. I was willing to help. And then also, of course, I was new at the job and excited and was like, oh yeah, sure. Well, I believe that helped me to get the next position that I got, which was in, I want to say, because when I got hired, I was hired on seasonal. So I want to say it was in January or so. And I got moved up to a lead cashier, which I was really excited about. And I was only a lead cashier for not that long. And then I got moved to being a MSC manager, which is basically a person who's in charge of like all the inventory that comes in and stuff, as you know, like the truck, all the product and all of that, which was super cool too. And I was really thankful, and I still am very thankful for the opportunities and the positions and stuff. And with me only being with the company for a short amount of time, I thought that was, you know, pretty awesome. So that's pretty much what I do with my brows. So I'm going to move on. This Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I've been trying this out. I don't know if I like it, honestly. I don't think it really does anything for the longevity. I feel like it's just very liquidy. And when you, in a minute, you can see that I'm rubbing it on. But in a minute, when I rub it away, you won't really be able to tell that it was even there. I'm just using this Morphe M173. So, I've had some great opportunities. And like I said, when I initially started in November, it was just to work part-time. But what ended up happening is, obviously, when you volunteer and people know they could depend on you, then you're always getting asked to work this day, that day, come in on your days off. And I was that person that was working on my days off. If they needed me, I would be like, sure, you know. And so therefore, at that point, and keep in mind, I was also still homeschooling my kids, which was the whole reason why I wanted to go part-time in the first place, because I homeschool my kids, and that's a job in itself. But then what turned into me being part-time turned into me being full-time, and barely seeing my family. If I was at home anytime on my days off, I was wanting to sleep and not spend time with them because I was exhausted. Because like I said, there was times where I would go in on my days off and I would only have one day off a week, or sometimes, you know, every Friday night till midnight or longer. And then every Saturday I was usually closing, which wasn't fair to them, you know, or I'd have these split shifts where I'd go in from like 1 to 10. So you couldn't really do a whole lot right before 1 o'clock shift, because I mean, what do? You have to get up at the crack of dawn when I just got home at midnight. So I'm using the NARS foundation. It's the Natural Radiant Longwear. I've never tried a foundation from NARS. I have the color Monte Blanc. It says that it's a longwear foundation that looks stronger, stays longer with skin's recognition pigments for the truest color match, and 16 hours of wear, featuring NARS skin optimizing complex raspberry, apple, and watermelon extracts for smoother, healthier looking skin. My hand and just place it on my face, and then I'll go in with a brush and then a sponge to kind of press it all in. I feel like if you have dry skin, you will love this. If you have oily skin, if you're super oily, I'd say probably not. If you're slightly oily, you might. This is just an up and up brush from Target that was recommended from Emily Noel, Emily Noel 83, many years ago. She's one of the OG YouTubers. I think I've talked about her on my channel before. If you have not checked out her channel, I think you should. Now on camera, it is looking like it's super lighter for me, but I promise in person, it's a perfect color match. So I'm just going in with the brush real quick to kind of press it in. And then I kind of feel like my phone is making me look super dark. But, you know, constant issues of filming. So I'm just taking my e.l.f. beauty sponge and just pressing it all the way into my skin. But like I was saying, so it started turning into me working on Saturdays and Fridays. I would have Sunday off, but you know, that's my church day. And for me, I didn't consider that a day off so much because, and the only reason because was that I would go to church, get home about 2 o'clock, and then, you know, pretty much the day's almost over. And then I had to be at work again at 6 a.m. in the morning for the Monday shift. So it got just really, really hard to try to balance. There was times where I would come home from work, and even though I would be super exhausted, I would try to spend time with my family. And then that was just making me even more tired, more exhausted. The job just started really taking a toll on me. I just felt myself changing and not staying the person that I am, you know, full of joy and just always happy and smiling. I started to turn into someone who was always frustrated. I was not, you know, in the right attitude. And that's my biggest thing, is when I notice that something is changing me from who I am personally as a person, that's when I'm just like, okay, I have to fix this. And I just did a lot of, honestly, the main thing I did was just pray a lot. And I just asked God, you know, what it was that I needed to do. And I just felt really strongly that I was to just resign. You know, and it wasn't easy, like I said, because I truly, truly enjoy the job. I loved a lot of the people that I worked with. They were great, a lot of younger girls, but they were great, and they truly blessed me, you know, and I, you know, hopefully I was a blessing to them. I'm just going to move on to concealer. I'm using this. You guys have seen me use this. This is the Maybelline Master Camo in pink for dark circles. I don't have a new one of these yet. I do want to try the Becca one. And I also want to try again, because I think they reformulated or repackaged the Benefit Boing Concealer, which is for the dark circles. It has like that pinky tone. So I'm just putting some of this under my eyes, and then I'm just going to blend that away. But like I was saying, I truly did like the job. It just got to be overwhelming. It got to be too much. And it just got to be hard on my family altogether. It was very hard for them, especially my kids, to know that every Saturday when I wake up, it wasn't to get ready to go with them anywhere, but it was to get ready to go to work. That was a hard part, because we've, you know, with being a stay-at-home mom, you get used to that kind of life. And keep in mind, while I've had this job since November, I've never called in. So yeah, I didn't call in or anything. But I've seen videos on talking about leaving a company, and you know, sometimes they're not real nice, and I have some things that I wasn't very happy with, but I'm not going to do that on here. I just basically want to just talk about, you know, what happened as far as the gist of it. The main reason that I left was because of my family. This is new to me. This is the Pure Disappearing Ink Concealer, and I have mine in porcelain. Just going to add some of that to the under parts of my under eye, on top of that one that I used. And then I'm going to put some around my nose. I'm the type of person that I feel like time is very important, and I feel like that's something you can't ever get back once it's gone. And with my kids still being so young, I've missed out just in that few months that I worked, you know, from November. I have missed out a lot. Because of constantly working and, you know, being needed. And when I was needed, I would say yes, even though I shouldn't have. And because of my family, because it was time that I would have had with them, and going in on my days off. And, you know, nobody forced me to do that, but when I was asked, I just felt like, you know, it was the right thing to do. And then now that I look back at it, I'm like, well, and now looking back at it, I'm just like, you know, the thoughts, was it worth it? There's just so many emotions that I have about it and about the way things are done, like the way things were done, like when I left my last shift. Without getting into details, I will say that I was a little bit taken back by the way I left my last shift, the way it was done. Apparently, from what I was told, is that it's procedure. But I will say that I was a little bit taken back by it, and it's still been bothering me. But you know, my husband tells me all the time, he's my biggest encourager, and he always tells me, sorry, I dropped my sponge. Okay, he always tells me that, you know, it's over with, it's nothing to, you know, worry about, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and just set my under eyes and my face. I'm going to use this new powder to me. That's this pure translucent loose setting powder. I'm going to use that for my under eyes. And then I'm going to go in with this new powder that I have from Too Faced. It is the Too Faced Banana Cream Setting Powder. It is the pressed one. I'm going to use both of those. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, I learned so much. I met so many great people. I learned a lot more than I thought I knew about makeup. But you know, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I probably said it so many times, oops, that's too much now, is that my family definitely comes first. And I couldn't do it anymore. Being away from them, you know, spending all my weekends and time at work. I couldn't. And it just got harder and harder, and I prayed and prayed, and I feel like I made the right choice. Am I sad that I had to leave? Yeah. Did I try many times to make it work with my personal life and my job life? Yes. I'm just going to go in with this banana powder, and I'm just going to use my Shiny F15 powder brush, excuse me. And I'm just going to go all over my skin with that. This one I can, if you put too much, I can find it being a little drying on my skin, but if you just go over it, it looks just like that. I don't know if you guys can see it with the glare. You guys probably all have seen this already, so. But I did try many times to try to balance the two and stay at my job and still try to have that time with my family, but it just, and then with the new school year coming and me homeschooling again, this year we're doing something completely different. I was with Epic last year. This year I'm actually going to be buying them Paces, and they're going to be doing that, which Paces are just, if you've never heard of that, they're just booklets to where they're for each subject for their grade, and they'll just do that. My son will go to a co-op once a week and PE. And okay, so now I'm going to move on. I'm going to go, I got this little thing right here. It's Beauty by Pop Sugar. It has a highlighter, what looks like a highlighter, a blush, and then it has a bronzer. I've never tried anything from this brand before. It's right there. So I'm going to go in with the bronzer first. And I'm just going to use this Real Techniques buffing brush. But yeah, if you guys... Okay, so I'm just going to blend this out because it had some of the other product. This was not the bronzer from this one that I just tried. But, so I learned a lot from working there. I never thought that I would not be there right now, like still be employed. I saw myself being there for a long period of time. But that just wasn't in the cards. I guess, you know, I do believe in seasons, and that was just a season for me, literally. But while I was there, like I said, I learned a lot, met a lot of great people, got a lot of experience in different areas. And I don't regret ever working there or applying there. I truly, truly am so thankful for all the opportunity that I got. But as I've gotten older, I'm just going to take this blush that's in here. I've never tried it, so hopefully it's a good one. I'm just taking this brush. Came in a kit from Walmart. My sister-in-law got me these brushes, and I really, really love them. I don't think they were very expensive, but they're so good and so pretty. I use them all the time, constantly washing them. I don't know the brand of them. I don't remember. But anyways, they're from Walmart. During the holidays, I think she got it for me for Christmas or something. But as I gotten older, I feel like I have gained a little bit more strength in myself and more wisdom in the things that I do and the choices that I make. I did used to be the type of person that let people just kind of take advantage and run all over me. And I would still want to do for you and do all this stuff. And I'm still a kind person. I still want to help people, but I'm not that person anymore that allows people to do that. If that makes sense, I will still love you. I will still be there for you. But I'm not a doormat is how I feel and how I describe it to people. I'm not a doormat. You're not going to continue stepping on me, running over me, and I'm just going to lie there like a mat does and allow you to keep doing that. I don't think that's wise, and I don't think that God has given me, wants me to be that way. You know, you still walk in love. I still believe that, and I still have to be kind to those that have hurt me and forgive and all that, but I don't think that that's the right thing for me to, you know, do that. So I'm going to attempt to use this new palette I got. It's not new in general, but it's the Natural Lust palette. Quickly do something quick to my eyes because I'm already going on 27 minutes because I'm talking, and I didn't want this video to be too long because I know you guys are not big on long videos. But I just wanted to talk with you guys, and I know it's kind of all over the place, and I apologize, but I just have so much feelings and so much things that I have inside, and I'm also trying to be mindful of what I say because I don't want to be offensive to anybody. Even though people have offended me, I'm learning to not be offensive to them. You know, I know that I can be offensive. I'm not perfect, but I really do. My goals in life are to treat people the way I want to be treated and to love beyond faults and to forgive. So I took Buff It Out and I just applied that all over. I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take this Afternoon Delight. It's like a brownie nude. I don't know how it's going to come out, but, and then I'm just going to, oh, that's pretty. Just blend it in my upper part of my crease. Like I said, I'm going to do something super quick. I'll definitely do, if you guys want me to, some more looks with this. Maybe like a more everyday and then more, which is kind of what I'm doing right now, but then also like maybe something really pretty because there's so many pretty colors in here. There's some pretty pinks and some just beautiful colors. But I really do, like, if those people that are closest to me know that I don't like to hurt people and offend people. Now, have I done it? Yeah. Do I mean to? Not a lot of the times, no. But it happens because I'm not perfect, but I really don't like to hurt people. If I've known that I've hurt somebody, I will quickly apologize because that's just who I am. whether or not somebody's apologized to me, which doesn't happen majority of the time, but I have to forgive them either way, even if they ask for forgiveness or not, because I don't want to live with that and have that kind of just hanging over me and cause me to be weighed down in life. So I'm learning that not always will you get face to face I'm sorry for what I did to you. I'm sorry for what I said to you. But I have to be that bigger person and say, I forgive them even though they're not ever going to ask me for forgiveness. You know, it's kind of the life that I have chosen. And sometimes it's harder than others, especially with specific people. It could be harder. But my goal in life is to be pleasing to God, and if that's what I have to do, whether it's hard or not, I'm going to do it, and with His help, I know that I can. So, you know, with my job situation, yes, I loved it. It was just a season. It was time to move on. Maybe one day, you know, I can go back. But right now, my kids are super young, and to me, I can't get the time back with them that I missed, and I'm not willing to sacrifice any more, you know, away from them, because I'm not that person that would just go to work and work my hours and not come in on my day off, or when someone asks me, oh, I need you, and I'm going to be that person to say, okay, I'll do it. And I can't, that's not fair to my kids. I know that I made the right decision. I'm going to take... Let's see. They do got some kind of not good names in here, but you know. I think I'm just going to take this white one down here all tied up. I'm going to try to apply it with this brush I have. I don't know what brand it is, but you know, on certain shadows they don't really. And I'm just going to put that right on the lower part. Yeah, right here. Now I did kind of dig my brush in it. Has a little bit of shimmer. More like a sheen. And I'm just going to place it right there, just kind of, you know, just an easy. I know it's pretty much what I do all the time, but for time's sake, I don't want to do, you know, go too long because I've talked so much. But yeah, so I'm no longer an employee with Ulta. I'm in the process of getting my kids ready for school. Wish me luck. And I'm just trying to basically find myself again and go back to the person that I am, and you know, people know me to be, the people that I'm closest to know me to be. And so just an easy, simple look. I'm gonna just take this brush, wipe it off a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of clean that up. And then I'm going to quickly put some mascara on. This isn't new. It's the Bad Girl Bang. I'm going to curl my lashes, put this on, and then I'll come right back, and then we'll finish up the lips and some highlighter. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I quickly just went ahead and put the mascara on, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish my lips. So I have this new NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the color Sandstorm. It looks like that. I don't know if it's going to be too dark or what, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Okay, that's really pretty. But also I wanted to tell you guys too that with me working all the time, I was never able to record videos. Every time I would want to, I was always tired. And that I just got to the point too where I was just like, you know, I want to be able to film. I want to be able to still do YouTube because I love it. What that looks like, really pretty. And then I'm going to go over with this Too Faced overexposed. It's like their lip balm lipsticks that look like that. That's what the color looks like. It's kind of dark. Definitely really creamy, very dark. Definitely a fall color. I didn't realize it was, I forgot how dark it was. But I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit with this Too Faced Grin and Bear It Comfort Lip Glaze. It comes like that. But yeah. So hopefully I can get back in the swing of things and just record stuff for you guys. If there's certain videos or things that you want. It's my first time using it. It's nice. I did tone that down quite a bit. Really pretty. The last thing I'm going to do quickly is just go in with that highlighter that I told you guys about. And I'm just going to take this AOA Studio F19 brush. A lot of kickback on that. Oh, but that's really pretty. Do you see that? Wow. Didn't think that was going to do that. Wow, that's really, really pretty. Very surprised. Put some on my nose, which I always like to do. Cupid's bow. I'm going to try to edit this video as much as I can to get it as short as I can for you guys. Alright, so that's pretty much that. That's a really pretty highlighter. Okay, so I'm pretty much done. The last thing I'm going to do real quick is spray this Tachos Luminous Dew Mist. I got this as well in the smaller size at Sephora. I heard a lot of good things about it, so I thought I wanted to give it a try before committing to the full size because, as you know, it's pretty expensive. So I'm just going to, it has just a soft spritz. Okay, let that dry. I'm pretty happy with the way this came out for just being really quick. That's just the finished look there. So if you guys have any more questions or have any requests for me, please leave them in the description bar below. If you haven't subscribed and are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit those notification bells so you can get notified every time I have a new video. I am going to be working on getting videos posted regularly like I was before. So stay tuned for some more videos. And like I said, if you are new to my channel, thank you for watching. And to all of those that have consistently stayed with me, I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully this video kind of explains what's been going on and why I've been absent so long. And you guys can be understanding to the situation and know that I truly have missed you guys and that I'm going to be back and ready to film for you guys. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.